membership meeting, the PTA membership meeting. It is being recorded. Got it. So we'll just give it a minute to let people join. It always takes a few minutes for the Zoom membership. And also, as a just quick reminder, we don't think this is going to be a very long meeting. And so we've reserved remaining time afterwards to do kind of an open Q&A with parents. Just what are things that are, especially new parents who have questions about, like, what did that acronym stand for? Or where can I find that? Or those types of things. We're happy to do that. So just noting. Colby, I see you've joined. Acacia's going to reach out to you about paying some dues on Member Hub, because it has to be you with the treasurer account, just to let you know.
Thank you.
I think that meant okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay, I think we got it. Well, welcome everybody. It is 7 o'clock, so we'll go ahead. I probably should wait a minute. I'm seeing people still pop on. So give us a few more minutes and we'll get started. Hopefully everyone's having a good October and enjoying the fall weather finally. All right. Well, we'll get started. Oh, I see a chat. Okay. Sorry, let me just quickly.
I wasn't sure if everybody has access to the Google Doc.
Yes, let me put that up again. Good point. So, hang on 1 second. Sorry, guys. I have a direct message. I need to hang on.
I assume we have video. I don't see anything. I'm sorry. It's probably totally my end.
Didn't catch any of that, Colby, I'm afraid.
Video, I don't see anything, but I'm assuming there's video. You all can see each other. It's probably on my end.
We see each other, yes. So, all right. Well, welcome everybody. Apologies for the bumpy start. My name is Amanda Roberts. I am actually the PTA vice president. Megan, the president, she has a sick kid and was unable to run this meeting, so asked if I could step in. So nice to see everybody. This is our membership portion. I just pasted into the chat our agenda. Everybody should be able to open and view the agenda. And also, as I said just a couple minutes ago, we don't expect this meeting to go very long. So we are going to reserve the remaining probably 20 or 30 minutes to have just sort of an open Q&A from parents. This is kind of geared toward new parents, be it kindergarten parents or parents who have moved here. However, any parent is free to stay and ask and sometimes answer questions. It's sort of the free-for-all, like, what does that acronym stand for? Where can I find the fill in the blank, or how does this usually work? Just because I think there's some combined knowledge of parents who've been around a few years who can hopefully answer that. So we're going to jump right into the agenda. The first item was welcome by Megan. I think I just accomplished that. So we will move on to the second item on the agenda, which is the principal's update. Principal Prin.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I have just a few updates for you. I will share that we had Monday, which was the day your children stayed home. Teachers and staff reported to the building, and we had a professional development day. We spent the morning, the first 3 hours of the morning, really going deeper into our work to become an anti-racist school. This was every staff member in Montgomery County Public Schools had the same training. They created a trainer of trainer models, and it was delivered at each local school by our staff development teachers. So that's what we spent the morning. And then in the afternoon, we provided teachers with, they developed the topics that they thought would help them the most. So the afternoon was spent, the first hour was really beginning to analyze our fall data in literacy and mathematics and developing goals individual classroom and student goals. And then after that, our teachers had a choice. We had a session by some instructional specialists from MCPS on how to help our emerging multilingual learners. So our students were English as a second language, strategies to help support in the classroom, the development of oral language. Then we also had a session on our social emotional curriculum for this year, which is zones of regulation, helping students really be able to identify the emotions they're feeling, and then learning strategies to help them through those emotional pieces. We also had several other trainings that were offered. So teachers self-selected. So it was a great day of learning for us on Monday. I hope you had a great day with your children too. One thing we've talked about, so Indigenous Peoples Day, which is usually in October, right? Was usually our open house day. If you remember last year, that's the day we welcomed parents to come in, because there's many families, if you're a government worker, you're off work that day. So it's a good opportunity to invite families in to visit classrooms. But because this year it was not, students weren't in the building, we wanted to really not lose that opportunity to welcome families in to see learning happening. So we met as a staff to really talk about how do we invite parents in on days where it's easier for them to come in while we still have students there. So so you can see the classroom and the learning taking place. So we have, as a staff, decided that while it used to be open house, used to be this October date, we're gonna move it to Veterans Day, which is in November. And so, because we feel like many parents will have off, and then if parents can't come that day, we can make other alternatives. But we would offer 2 sessions to come in, hopefully making it more convenient for families. So we will do a morning session, and then we would do an afternoon session. And we will have parents pre-register. The pre-registering is just sending in a Google link that says, I plan to attend. And the reason for that is twofold. One, we can keep count of the number of families that attend, because we want to make sure we're doing everything that we can to include as many people that can come. So that would give us a fairly accurate count. And then the other is just to speed up the safety and security of coming into the building. So we are looking at Veterans Day as the open house day. And then of course, if families, want to come in a different day, we just have to let the teacher know you're coming. That's it. So that's the other thing. And the third thing I wanted to share is that a little about COVID. Miss Knight, who's here at the meeting with us, she's really taken on the keeping count of the cases of COVID that has hit our teaching staff and students. And while we have had cases, the number is relatively low. And she has done a great job. If there is an outbreak in a class, which in kindergarten to 5th grade is 3 or more cases in one class. In pre-K, it's 2 or more cases in one class. In those cases, where we are encouraged to wear masks for a period of 10 days, and you would get a letter. So we are mindful of COVID and keeping close information on it. We also have Miss Knight has been great at handing out kits to families as they come in. If anybody needs testing kits, we have a supply. We're happy to share, and we have them right in the front office. So we will continue to monitor and inform families as necessary.
I want to add that the government will send them to you, but you have to look up the new expiration dates. We had 2 parent volunteers come in and mark up almost 1,000 test kits for me with the new expiration date that you don't have to look up. So if you need them, just send me a message.
I see chat. If you have a baby or a toddler at home with you, could they come too? Or is it strictly for parents? So, you know, I think our motto is we'd rather have you come with the toddler than not come. So if that's the be also, absolutely. You know, bringing a toddler in a stroller or holding them through the visit is fine. We're not going to turn anybody away that wants to see their child in the classroom.
Great, thank you. Any other questions for Ms. Prin? Sorry, my kid's trying to video chat and using the wrong account while he plays Minecraft. Stop calling. It's not working. Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Prin. We appreciate it. I see there's another new message. Oh, thank you. You're welcome, Kylie. So next, Raya, the NAACP rep update.
All right, thank you so much, Amanda. All right, Miss Knight gave everybody who signed up, who responded to joining the NAACP Parents Council email blast. She already sent the first email out. So if you're someone who's interested in being in the Maryvale NAACP Parents Council and you didn't get a parent view email from Miss Knight and me, please reach out to her and we'll get you on the list, first of all. All right, second of all, I'll give you guys a quick summary of the September meeting. The September meeting, the big topic areas were understanding your child's MAP score, understanding different math pathways to be sure to get your child ready for algebra in the 9th grade, because some parents were discovering that it gets more challenging to get into different high schools and different high school lotteries if you haven't finished algebra yet. So looking at different math pathways, hate bias. We discussed hate bias incidents in schools. Parents had a chance to talk about that. We also talked a lot about reading and phonics and how you can support your child's development of math with phonics. And the district is giving a parent webinar on phonics. And I will give you the date. Let's see, 1 second. Date for the phonics. Oh, yes, here it is. It's Kate Spurlock. So Katie Spurlock, she's giving a Parent Academy workshop on open source phonics. That's a Zoom webinar on the 17th of October and the 14th of November. And it looks really good, especially if your child is struggling with reading, or if they're not struggling with reading. It's also really great for parents to understand what phonics is, how to sound out letters, different sounds, blends to help your child at home. Generally, phonics instruction is really, really expensive. So having an open source, a free kit, free webinar is really wonderful. Also, mark your calendar if you have a girl in grades 3 to 5 for the Girls Summit coming up on October 21st at Clarksville. I noticed the county was sending out information about the Girls Summit, and it seems to be geared, they're phrasing it for middle and high school, but I really made sure at the NAACP meeting I made sure to ask, it's also designed for girls in grades 3 to 5. There's like 2 different strands. The girls in grades 3 to 5, where they do lots of things with girls on the run, and there's an older girls section. And they have a few slots left if you want to register your girl, your daughter, and learn about healthy relationships, social media, self-esteem, identifying symptoms of depression, anxiety, healthy body image, topics like that. Plus, it sounds like a lot of fun. There's going to be a fashion show, Zumba, all types of fun things. So again, the Girls Summit is on October 21st at Clarksville High School. Let's see, other good things to do coming up. Let's see. There is, there's a, oh yes. There's a Getting Reading Right now. Black and brown parents must be involved rally on November 9th from 6:30 to 8:30 at Gaithersburg High School. So the district is has identified that there is a reading achievement lag with brown and black students, and parents, all of us need to be involved to address that lag, and coming together is part of that way that we can get involved and help. So again, the Getting Reading Right Now, Black and Brown Parents Must Be Involved rally is on November 9th at 6:30 at Gaithersburg High School. And the next NAACP Parent Council meeting that I will be going to is next week. And I can forward you the video and the notes and all the good information that's going to come from that if you're interested. And again, if you didn't receive anything from Parent View, please send Ms. Knight an email and we'll get you on the list.
Thank you very much, Raya. Any questions or comments for Raya?
Raya, actually, I sent that out to the entire school community.
Oh, excellent. Oh, great. I'm so glad you did. Woo-hoo. Everybody has the information.
Great.
Raya, I was just going to share, I have 2 different immersion schools, so I'm on another PTA and I serve as the MCC PTA delegate, and a lot of the information you just shared seems to overlap. So if it would be helpful, I can share with you notes from the MCC PTA, which for those of you who don't know, that's another acronym, but it's an advocacy group of parents who are sort of have their finger on the pulse of things moving throughout MCPS. And so if that would be helpful, I think there's a lot of dots we could connect and that could just inform your report. So happy to do that since I'm already doing it anyway.
Yes, the more information for all of us, the better. So thank you. Oh, I guess I do have one other thing to add.
Sure.
And this isn't coming from the NAACP, but you never know. Some of you guys may have high school students, so I'm throw this out there. I don't yet, but some of you do. But I was at the district curriculum meeting for social studies, and something really cool that the district is doing. They have a grant for students to become reporters and interview African American elders, part of reparations, and to learn about African American history. It was through a lynching program, but not just lynching, all about African American history, but the kids actually are going to get paid for their work. So something super exciting to look out for. The high schoolers are going to be going out in the field to become student reporters. So if you have a high school student, please keep an ear out for that and get your child involved.
Thank you. All right. Rachel, you are next with the fundraising update.
Yeah, so my partner in this work, Sandra, I don't think is on the call, but I want to thank everybody for the Chipotle night last night. Sounds like some of you saw each other. There was community, but also we raised some great money for Maryvale PTA. I think over $300 we raised. It's one of our better restaurant nights. We have really good relationship with Chipotle. So thanks for that. I'm going to give a quick update on the book fair, which is about a month away. I cannot believe it. And so what I'd like to share with you all today is the sort of plan for the book fair and then a plug for ways that you can help out. So first I'll start with sort of the plan. So the actual dates of the book fair, it starts online on Monday, November 13th. So for reference, that's the week before Thanksgiving break. So that Monday, the online fair opens. That Tuesday, me and all the great volunteers who hopefully can show up that day, we will set up the book fair. It will be in a different space this year in one of the resource rooms, not in the media center. So we'll unload the cases, get all the tables pretty, and then that evening we will have a special PTA member night. And that night will be a sort of a preview for folks, parents who want to check out the book fair before it opens to the school the next day. So all PTA members will be able to come to that. And if you're not a PTA member, that's a great night to join. Then on Wednesday through Friday, so Wednesday, November 15th, the 16th, and the 17th, regular classes will be going on. Teachers will be signing up for slots to have kids come through the book fair, make purchases, see what they like, make wish lists. We'll have a special hybrid Cougar reading night that Wednesday, the 15th. So we'll basically do an in-person reading night, but we'll broadcast it over Zoom for folks who are at home in their jammies. And we'll, open up the online book fair and the regular book fair that night as well. And then the following week is parent-teacher conferences Monday and Tuesday. So we will have the book fair again open where parents can sort of, maybe bypass the invisible pens and look at the books. Because we know kids like all the tchotchkes as well, but we also want to sell the books. All that to say, the whole Scholastic Book Fair is really one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. And it does take a lot of effort from the Maryvale community. So hopefully you all can join with that. I will say two more things. One, we want to make sure that the book fair is accessible to everyone. And so we will also have a used book section. And so we are currently collecting used books, and those books will be at a nominal price, a quarter, 50 cents. And the idea is that no kid walks away from the book fair feeling like they didn't get to participate and that they didn't get to have a book, because the whole point is reading. The second thing I'll say is that we do have a sign up genius already. I will drop that in the chat when I'm done speaking. And if you have it in your heart to come volunteer, we would love it. They're 2-hour shifts or so. If you've done it before, that'd be great, because I could have your institutional knowledge. If not, we'll make sure you have everything you need to do it. And the final thing I'll say is this year, we won't be having the French book fair at the same time. Instead, I'm working with Bonjour Books, and we will have an online book fair and or in person. So you can either stop by the store or you can purchase via the Bonjour Books website, and that'll start on Black Friday. So we'll be doing a separate set of announcements on that as well, so that you can hopefully get your French books if your kids are in the French immersion program before the holidays. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'm going to drop some links into the chat.
Thank you, Rachel. So Tanya, I think you're still on. If you could include, and you can connect with Rachel on the specifics, in the next weekend newsletter, the fact that we're soliciting used books. And Miss Prin, we were going to put, I guess I can come by this school as well. We'll wait till Monday, I guess, to put just those boxes in the front lobby to collect used books. And then between a number of us will stop by almost daily to make sure we take them back to the PTA closet so that they're not overflowing. And then similarly, Rachel, you and Tonya can work together to do, I think, book fair warrants at least one, probably more than one, dedicated email blast to solicit volunteers, Perfect. To solicit used book donations, etc.
We have that text ready in English and in Spanish, ready to go. Yes. And then we did do some listening sessions last year to figure out like what worked well, what didn't. And one thing we heard from the teachers was having really clear communication. So I've already sent a teacher memo that I think Ms. Prin was going to share with the teachers. And we do have one teacher on our committee who's kind of reminding us of the things that we should consider for teachers' sake. So
wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Mm-hmm. All right. So moving on, other business, I have a couple things to mention here. So I'm actually going to go in reverse order. Pardon my chaos here. So the last item C here is our first movie night is going to be Friday, October the 27th. So for those of you who are new to Maryvale, these are a lot of fun. They're in the cafeteria. We will sell pizza. We're going to have a bake sale. Look for soliciting of baked goods, donations of baked goods. and we're going to show a movie. There's some of the tables are out, but most of the kids bring a blanket and just plop down on the ground right in front of the projector. A lot of them bring their stuffed animals and pajamas, and it's all free, and it's just a great. And the food we sell is nominal, 50 cents, $1 each, and it's a great just kind of community building event. We're looking to have 3 movie nights throughout the year. This one in October, I think one in February and one in April as well. So just mark your calendar. I am honestly ignorant of what the movie will be, but I'm sure it'll be great. And Tyler, who ran these last year, will be doing them again. We will need some volunteers to help a little bit with selling and cleaning up and that type of thing. So again, always be on the lookout for some information around that. Any questions on movie night? Okay. The item B here is the Cougar Cash Drive. So this is actually probably should have gone under the fundraising item. The book fair is a major fundraiser, but probably the single biggest fundraiser we have every year is our Cougar Cash Drive, which is, let's be honest, just asking for money. I think all of us have kind of taken a poll and decided not to sell wrapping paper or chocolate bars or anything like that. So we hope to kick this off in the next couple weeks. There will be flyers and emails, etc. We recognize that, you can give what you can, and even if that's $1 or $2, no matter what size the donation, we are going to be giving away Maryvale car magnets, the round magnets that you put on the back of your car. It's also a great time to become a member of the PTA if you aren't already, because we do collect most of our donations through our Member Hub website, which is how you would also become a member. So we realize that sometimes it's a little tacky to just ask for money, but I think it's worked well in the past, and parents have been, very generous. And it's also, incumbent upon us to articulate to you all why we want money and what we use the money for. And, we'll be putting this in a lot of our marketing, but it's the $4,000 we give to the library every year to buy books. It's the $95 we give to every single teacher who becomes a PTA member to buy any supplies for their classroom. It's the money we give for the 5th grade promotion and the kindergarten t-shirts and some after school club grants and on and on and on. And it's because of this money that we are able to support these programs. So thank you in advance for your generosity, and there will be some more information coming on that. And then the item A, again, apologies for going backwards here, is around spiritware, which is, our Maryvale t-shirts and that sort of thing. So I think many of you are aware, and once I stop talking, I'll put in the chat. We have a constant online spiritware store where we have 3 different designs, and you can get the shirts in different colors, different sizes, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, etc. It's nice variety, but it can be relatively slow delivery, and we apologize for that, and thank you for your patience. It's usually about a month, maybe 6 weeks between placing your order and getting it. But we also have some, new energy around spiritware, and one mom in particular who's got some great designs that she has done. And I guess I'm coming to you all, the membership, to solicit some input around what you think the realistic demand is for spiritware. And, be honest, do you have an endless appetite and you'll buy any new t-shirt that comes out? Or do you feel like your kid just needs one, you've got one, and you really don't need to be buying more spiritware? Because we're trying to right size, the production of new spiritware clothing with demand. And I just said clothing, but I would note, just on our board meeting previously, somebody came up with the idea of like, well, what about like keychains that kids put on their backpacks, or stickers, or if there's, kind of demand for other things that perhaps you think you would be interested in purchasing. So I'm going to open it up. It's a question. Let me rephrase that. What is your demand for new spiritware? Do you think you would be really excited to see new items, or you feel like we're good enough as is and we're just trying to, again, right size around the expectations? I would say I think we're going to do something where there's a lot of energy and great designs. We're just trying to understand how much we should be realistically doing. Right. So would you all buy new designs? If there were new designs and new shirts, would you buy them? Maybe if
I mean,
little
I'll get a new design if there's a new design.
Thank you, Vanga.
I would. I mean, I would. People are excited to learn about Maryvale and French immersion, and I'm so happy about the school. I feel like we're like little ambassadors about the special place we have, and I would wear shirts. I'd wear shirts with new designs.
Would you all buy a shirt that say, yeah, your kids will grow, Maryvale mom or Maryvale dad or Maryvale grandma or something like that? Do you think there's a demand for that? And feel free to use the chat. Thank you, Kylie.
I would definitely wear a Maryvale dad shirt.
Yeah.
That'd be terrific.
Yes, 100%. And I'll send to the grandparents too.
Mhm.
All right. I like the Maryvale dad enthusiasm. Yeah. Yeah, Rachel, thank you. I'm seeing some chat. Yeah, feel free to chat. You don't have to. Yes. All right.
I mean, I also thought maybe like if it was like cute cougar jewelry, that would be easy gifts for teachers. If it was a cute silver cougar necklace, easy gifts. Easy gifts.
Exactly. I like the Maryvale dogs. There you go.
We have dogs? Oh, okay.
It's just in the chat. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's an idea too. Is like, yeah, or mugs or
Yeah.
something like that. We could put on both to sell the mugs and then again teacher gifts and. All right.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, Amanda, I was gonna say, I think it's Nicole's idea on a soft launch. That might be interesting to see maybe what the top 1 or 2 items are. And then, maybe put that up maybe early spring and then see if people are gonna, be excited for more stuff later in the semester, like late spring.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that idea. And Amanda, I was just going to add, like all the corporate swag that we're all exposed to all the time, it's like ubiquitous. It's at work, whatever, sports, everything. Like, how many parents would so much rather have cool school swag? I mean, I don't want to speak for other parents, but like, I would so much rather have that than all the other, like the 10 million thermoses I've gotten at, events, etc. from work. We'll fill the house with Maryvale swag.
I like it. Fill your house with Maryvale swag. Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much for this input. I promise they're water bottles. I like it. Yeah. They're actually, I'm going to write that down, water bottles. There is more to come. I promise we're doing something. It's not zero. We're just trying to, again, figure out what the appetite was and what people would, my kids love it all, right? Would be interested in doing. And, I think there might be some voting in our future. There's so many new designs that I can envision, the kids weighing in on which design they like best and then doing some production and ordering, etc. So thank you so much for that. All right. That is the end of other business. Does anybody have any questions, comments? We're kind of bleeding into open forum. This is any other topics for the meeting before we kind of roll into the more general Q&A? I see a comment. Sorry, just reading. Yeah, Kylie, yes. I think this is a self-selection bias as to who is speaking. So we have to be conscious of that for sure. And also, I think, and Melissa, I'll get to your question in a second. Even whether we're talking mugs or keychains or stickers for water bottles, all of those are going to be lower price points than a full-on t-shirt. And I think that also is something that we need to seriously consider in terms of accessibility. Like if kids can spend $5 on a cool keychain or a sticker or what have you, that's, going to be more in reach of more students. So I think we should be conscious of that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move into open forum, and we have a question here, Melissa. This probably is for you, Ms. Prin. Do we know when fall pictures will be? October 20th. There you go. Immediate answer. Coming
I,
up. That's like in a
I'm-
week and a half.
I think Amanda, Megan, if am I misremembering that Megan put an ask out for looking for volunteers on picture day?
No, you are not misremembering. I forgot.
Okay.
You're right. All right. Anything else for the meeting portion? Anything anybody wants to bring up? All right. Well, thank you all. So here's what we're going to do. We have about 25, well, we'll talk for as long as we want to. If you want to drop off, feel free. If you want to stay on, this is your your time to just ask whatever question. When are the pictures? Where do I find this, etc. Oh, no problem, Tonya. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a direct message. I'm sorry. But if people want to unmute or put into the chat, just again, any kind of random, I don't understand kind of questions, or I guess voice opinions about things that you think the PTA should hear. This is just sort of an open time that we're here to be a resource and to answer any questions you may have. Right. Have to be shy. Feel free to use the chat.
Amanda, can I just throw out a question for the group?
Sure. Mhm.
Just always, new ideas for bringing more people into the PTA and getting more parents. And I think building off of your comments, Mrs. Prin, last month about what was the goal around back to school night this year, it's like getting more families in from our community. And just so, especially new parents, new ideas, what can we be doing?
Mhm.
So just before I drop off, one idea that has percolated in my mind for a bit was meetups for parents whose kids you know go and come back from school on the same bus. I don't know how feasible it is given how long some of the bus routes are. But we're probably one of those schools where a lot of our kids don't live within the same neighborhoods, just given, the immersion program. So logistics might be tough for that, but that's one idea that I've thought of.
Mhm. Bus play
Awesome.
dates.
Thanks.
Yeah, plus play
Yeah,
date. That's a
I
good
I
time.
really like that idea. I know in my neighborhood they have adult parties for the people on the bus, like the bus stop. They have bus stop parties for parents and kids. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Mhm. So I think Miss Prin and Miss Knight dropped, but another thing that I realized we didn't explicitly say, I don't think was mentioned, is that there should be one thing that's coming up is the fall festival parties on the 31st. And I don't know how many of you have been around or how many of you are new, but that is another opportunity for parents to come into the classroom. I mean, they'll solicit donations of like food and stuff, but it's open to parents and it's a great time to just sort of see that classroom dynamic, watch the teacher in action, watch your kid interact with other kids in the classroom, and just be able to visualize what it is your kid has experienced all day long. And so, to the extent that works with your personal schedule, I would recommend. I don't know the exact time, but it's going to be the end of the day, like 2:30 on the 31st.
So my child was sick last year for the first fall festival. Are they allowed to wear costumes or no?
It's a child can wear whatever they want.
Oh, okay.
I
There
think there's a
is,
favorite outfit day or something that kind of
yes,
encompasses costumes.
Okay.
yes, they can wear whatever they want, but there's not going to be a solicitation to wear costumes.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, and then also I don't know how many other kindergarten parents are on here. Sandra Taylor has started a WhatsApp for the class of, I don't know, 2029. So I guess if you want to be added, just let her know or let me know and we'll just add you into the WhatsApp.
So English and French?
I believe so.
Great. Thank you.
Oh.
So I think Miss Prin dropped, but yeah, it'd be great if Miss Prin could have it. There's Mr. Bowerman had pie in the face last year for reaching Cougar Cash Drive. I'm sorry, Mr. Jane did pie in the face. Mr. Bowerman went into the pool full of whipped cream, but there's usually some sort of like if we reach our goal, the vice principal gets covered with whipped cream. But yes, we can talk about that. All right. Anything else? I don't want to keep people longer than they need to, but
I have a question. I'm risking unmuting myself. I'm in the middle of bedtime.
that's fine.
I'm new to PTA and my son is a kindergartner and I'd love to get involved. I just feel a little bit like I shouldn't join the book club team because I've never even been to one of the book fairs, so I don't even know how to set the stuff up. I'm totally useless and feeling like I'm probably overthinking that. Yeah, you just need warm bodies who can follow directions to volunteer.
Yes, Kylie, will take anybody. So I think the best way to get involved is just to show up. So like book fair, it's very simple. They train you in 5 minutes. And you can help with the setup and bring your daughter along. You can do a 1 hour, 2 hour shift where you're selling the books. And I'm always a big advocate of book fair because it's relatively small time commitments. Again, like 1 hour, 2 hours. And again, I mean, maybe this is my own personal thoughts, but I just love being in the building and watching the magic that is in elementary school. Like the kids walking around and they all wave at you when they go past the media. Well, I guess we're not going to be in the media center this time, but and you see like how your kid is in line with the other kids and just sort of the magic of the interactions. And then, we're happy to have you volunteer, or anybody, this applies to everybody, for the movie night and just, helping us with the bake sale or these kind of discrete things that initially may seem like it's not much or you don't know what it is. But then, by next year, you've been there, done that. And we're, happy to, engage you in a bigger role if you're interested. But no, don't overthink it. Thank you for anything.
I am overthinking it. I had to mute myself again because it's a wrestling match.
Understood. Colby, SSL hours. Yes, they can get SSL hours. And certainly to the extent the only issue is around timing. So we are doing like the Monday and Tuesday are half days, I think, for the parent teacher days, so that middle schoolers will be in school for a bunch of that. But we're going to have it open for what is it? The Tuesday night, the PTA reception. The answer is yes. They get SSL hours. You'll just have to play the matching game of when your middle schooler's not actually in school themselves and when the book fair is open.
Yeah, I was just thinking just in terms of getting possibly more parents who have maybe elementary and middle school or high school students who are, we're trying to get more people in, more parents in. If they also can do SSL hours for some of those kids and they can bring those kids and the parents can participate, the kids can get some SSL hours, maybe attract possibly more parents to also coming in to assist as they're bringing in their children for example, SSL hours.
Right. And for
I'm
those
learning all about SSL hours, by the way. I'm so into this.
It's what student service learning hours the middle and high schoolers have to do.
Yes.
The other thing, Colby, is we can't put a middle schooler on the cash register. Like you have to be a grown adult to handle money. But
Or for like
movie night, we
setups
need,
and
yeah, you know, honestly, we could put together a list. Movie night, spring fling, science fair. There are quite a few events. Certainly, international night. There are quite a few events that we want SSL our kids for. Book fair is probably just not the best match. But you know,
sure.
as a way to your point of engaging, we love when our Maryvale alum come back and work. You know, there's one guy who worked the pizza at every single movie night who's I think now at Rockville High School, and like, you know, he was dependable, reliable, and always there. And I think, and he went to Maryvale, and this is, you know, a great connection for him and for us. So I wonder about putting together like a little, you know, one pager on all the events. Do you have older kids? Well, these are the ways that they can get involved as well.
Right. Yeah, if we can, yeah, publish that and even say, maybe, I mean, if you want to even make it a bigger incentive for joining the PTA, you could say, I mean, we don't want to exclude necessarily, but join the PTA, and your child can also, in addition to SSL hours, if I mean, just to try to find, and again, if they can't join the full, we can find ways to just incentivize parents to maybe want to come in knowing that people who are in this situation and need SSL hours for their children are looking for opportunities. Maybe we can find some ways to help.
Okay. Anything else? Let me check the chat. Could we add more story times at the book fair that can be run by older kids? Is Rachel still on? We're definitely doing one in the evening, but yeah, I mean, we could think about that. Bring it by Rachel. All right, my chat like jumps up to the top. I have to scroll down every single time. Yeah, for SSL hours. Okay. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Megan will be back next month. Thank you for allowing me to moderate this meeting, and stay tuned for lots of communications about book fair and movie night and Cougar Cash Drive and all of those things that are coming up. And we thank you for your engagement, and we have a good evening. Bye, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Night.
Thank you.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
But we do it over the weekend?
Over the weekend is a great time to play house.
Like rain? Can we play house stations on my birthday?
Yeah, because it's yeah, because we're not doing a birthday party. Or when we get back from camping, we'll see how we're doing back from camping, okay?
All right, here's what Moco show. This is what Moco Show says. The new school will relieve crowding at Gaithersburg, Northwest, Keens Orchard, Thomas Wooten, and Richard Montgomery. So I think if you take the King Farm and Falls Grove kids out, and maybe what's that little neighborhood by the Shady Groves?
Oh, where Catherine used to live?
Yeah, like one of those.
Yeah.
Or maybe like some of those houses on Shady Grove, like going to Lowe's and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go. This needs to be charged. Okay.
This says fall 2027.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take like a year for them once they get the construction to get the school like design, like prepped.
Yeah.
For kids.
Yeah, like